episode 6 of Sven and Nadia Talk. I am your host, Nadia, based in Canada.
I'm Sven, based in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. We're here today, guys.
hmm And yeah, we're just going to do a quick how was your week? Without going into too many details because I think it could go on and on and on.
Yeah,
But
this week was though very productive, but very tiring, exhausting. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. In short, very exhausting, but productive, but very exhausting. How was yours?
The same. I definitely think something is in the air because everyone that I'm speaking to is kind of feeling that same thing, like physically, mentally, everything is just blah, and not only blah but overwhelming.
Hmm.
That's a big theme, I guess. But I did have a good performance review at work, so that was
Okay,
nice.
that's good news.
So that came out well. I'm doing great. They're happy with my work, more than happy with my work, and so that's good. Ooh, I want to say, as I'm going to share this little story. Um, on was it Wednesday or Thursday? Anyway, so I'm going because I'm just having a not great time. So I'm get on the train and walk up to the platform. The train is delayed. So I'm like, oh, great. So I just text my boss. I might be a little late. So if the one train moves, next train we get on moves like a foot, stops. Train is delayed again. I was like, are you serious? So who knows? I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna get there. The train wasn't moving for a while. So I get off the train, go to work, go walk down the little street to my work, and there's this guy. Because I don't know if anybody knows, but like the opioid problem BC in general is like the worst in Canada. Not that it's a
Mm,
comparison, but it just happens to be the worst in this province, and people are ODing and slumping over all over the place. I've
yeah.
called 911 on people
Mm.
because they were literally ODing in the street. And so walk by, I see this guy passed out on the ground, and then I look closely and I see all his drug paraphernalia scattered around him. I was like, oh no, is this man dead? And I just couldn't, in good conscience, just keep walking. So I walk up to him and I'm like, are you okay? He wasn't moving. And I was like, oh, so fine. I was like, he wasn't moving. I could barely see him breathing. So I called 911 and they're like, okay, whatever. So the fire people came. They were the first on the scene and they did their thing. And I said, okay, do you need anything else from me? They're like, nope, thank you for calling. And I went on my way. And so every time that happens, every time you have to call somebody, I can't believe I say every time because this happens so many times. It's a little shocking to the system to see somebody in that state. So I'm already not feeling well
Hmm.
and feeling great. And then I see that. And then I was walking along, there's like these bushes going up in the parking lot of my work. And let's just say, since I've been out here in Vancouver, I've only seen a hummingbird one time. And it was far away in a distance. And so I'm walking up and I'm kind of like freaking out a little bit. And he was a big one because hummingbirds are tiny, but he was a good sized hummingbird. And
Hmm.
he was like this beautiful, shimmery emerald green hummingbird, and he was flitting to fire, and from flower to flower. And I was just stopped and I was watching him, and I was like, "Ooh, that's unusual. I never see these things." And he turned around and he fluttered and he hovered right in front of me and just hovered in front of me, and I was just like, "Okay, is this my mom sending me a sign? Like, what is
Mm.
happening?" And he just fluttered, and distracted me enough. And then he went back to his getting his nectar or whatever. And then so I was like, okay, that was interesting. And then the end of the day, so I get home and I take the bus and the train. So my last journey back is on the bus. We get off the bus and we're crossing the street, and a man, he's on his bike and a car was coming, wasn't paying attention, punted this man off his bike and he flew in the air. And I was like, oh, it's like, am I supposed to see somebody die today? I was like, are you kidding me? Thankfully, he was okay, and I kept going because there are tons of people closer than I was, and they were tending to him, and I was like, "They'll be alright." And I was just like, "What kinda day is this?" I was like so anyway, all this to say, when I was looking at that man or waiting for 911 on the call with the first guy in the morning, I was just like, my life, not that I compare because we spoke about this, I'm not into comparison because everybody's journey is different, but I just looked at him passed out on the ground surrounded by all this drug paraphernalia, and I was like, my life is bad right now, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm not strung out on drugs, ODing on the ground. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's just the taste of how my week was.
That you went through a lot this week.
hmm hmm it's been interesting.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Life.
hmm It is life.
Life. Life has been life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Okay, I have a question to break the ice so we can
hmm
laugh a little bit. What do you
Yeah.
think about what do you think about men with them dangly earrings?
With dangly earrings?
Yeah.
Um, I don't think much of it these I if you asked me maybe 10 years ago, I would have been like I would just assume wrongly or rightly so, I would have assumed that oh, he's part of the LGBTQ plus community.
Mm-hmm.
But these days I see a lot of straight men, mostly in the younger generation, or maybe alternative style, like
Mm-hmm.
more like rocker type emo people wearing hoop earrings. So I don't really think of it like if you're talking about danglies like these,
No,
I
no, no.
would def
The round one and a little dangle.
in a little dangly. I don't really think much of it. Why? Do you? What is your?
Which would you date somebody with a danglies?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, I don't. Yeah, as long as it's not these these type of danglies. Because it's like I said, it's I've seen it. I've seen a lot lately. Um,
Yeah.
and why you wouldn't?
Mm.
Nope. What is it? What
It's
is it to you?
given.
What does it say? Oh, okay, that's what it signifies to you. Okay. What about like the plain, like a stud or a gold, or not a gold, but a diamond stud?
No, that's normal.
That's normal, but no,
I feel
nothing
like why
dangly.
do you want it to dangle?
A little jazz. I don't know.
Ah! today, today I went snooping around. Right, you saw the ugly
Mhm.
laugh I just had.
Uh-huh.
Today I was just snooping around on pages of people I knew in the past.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Yo, the scream that I scrubbed. You don't want to know, child. I was like, if I was in that household still, this the bullshit that would never be happening, child. Where you going with that dangly earring? But
Oh
I was
no.
just a little bit petty. It's so, it's so unlikely. Maybe because of the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe it's a little bit midlife crisis. But
I
anyways, yeah.
mean, that's a thing, definitely. Yeah, I think that is a midlife because I remember I think my stepdad, he all of a sudden at like fifth no, he 60 got a earring in one ear. And I was
You
like,
know, it's so
interesting.
ugly. It's so ugly when that happens. It just giving insecure.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not even. And I'm not talking to a. I'm not talking about a specific person, but just in general. It's just so unsexy. Like,
Mhm.
just accept that you're getting up. Like, embrace. You know, because if you embrace
Yeah, I
that
think
you're
he was
getting
trying to
up there, it's
yeah.
just beautiful. Like, what you doing the most? You doing the
Yeah, I think he was
most.
definitely trying to keep up with the younger people.
Yeah, you're doing the most. Like,
Mhm.
uh-uh.
Like if you've gone that far in life and not had it, why all of a sudden?
Yeah,
Like
it's doing the
it's
most. It is
yeah,
doing the most.
it's
Like,
weird.
and I wouldn't even find it weird if somebody would have like you know how the swirl earrings, you know what the people from the past had, they had like a piercing and it's like it's bended, it's black but it's bended, so it goes.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes, so that's not even bad because that's something cultural, like the
Yeah.
Africans used to have as culture. But an earring that dangles, like why you want that shit to
Like a
dangle? That shit
pirate.
is so
It's
unattractive.
it
It's
almost
so
reminds me of like a
unattractive.
pirate.
Hmm?
Yeah. Well, it's like a pirate.
Yeah, that shit is
Mhm.
so unattractive. It's
But
given. It's already LGBT. You know, they can be LGBT.
that's
And it's
funny.
always the people. It's always the people that is a little bit homophobic.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's always the people because in the beginning they will do like extra homophobic, and then
Mhm.
later you will see them transition into something that's close to them. I'm like, that's why you was acting like that. You just was just envious that you couldn't, you know, be
Mhm.
yourself while people being themselves. Oh, dear child, please.
Yeah, it's like just come out already if you want to. Like,
You get. So
mhm.
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Anyways, chill. Everybody should do what they like to do. Who am I to judge?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not
Yep.
my
Do what
ears.
makes you
It's not
happy,
my
child.
ears. It's not my man. Um,
Not
just
anymore.
I prefer if you're gonna dress a certain way and start and earrings and piercings and all those stuff. Just do it from the beginning so I can make a choice. Don't do it five
Yeah.
years into us and then all of a sudden you're doing all this weird stuff. No, sir. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because if I was still present, I would have if I saw that I would have laughed so hard they would have threw the whole earring away.
And it was just a one side or both?
One side.
One side. Interesting. Yeah, that's
Oh, I
definitely a
only
midlife
saw one ear.
crisis.
Let me say that.
Nicki Minaj and Cardi B.
I feel like they should. I feel like they should stop though. They should stop before. They should stop after Nicki beat Cardi ass though, because I feel like
What
she
you want
disrespectful.
them to fight?
I need Nikki to beat her ass one time. Just for the one time.
But why are people why are adults fighting? Whether it's verbally, physically,
That's
why
true.
are
That's true. That's true. But I just, that, uh, and that's why I don't like the American scene. That's why I don't like the American scene though, because they really tried Nikki in a way. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When I used to see, and nothing negative to Cordy or so. Yeah, I said she need to have an ass beat, but personally, I don't have anything towards her. But the way they tried to downplay Nicki Minaj,
Mhm.
try to get Cardi in the scene, it was really weird to me. It was really weird to me. Meanwhile, the Europe is still embracing Nicki, and America was trying to make Cardi the new Nicki. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I know they will never make up and be cordial
which is
because
sad.
a lot of things happened, And I totally understand Nicki because there was a lot of disrespect. And the first thing is when Cardi had that Grammy, right? She did
Yeah.
a she did an interview with Angie. I don't know what the lady full name is, but she did an
Oh,
interview with
Angie
like
Martinez?
yeah, that's the name.
Mm-hmm.
And she was calling like Angie was calling all the female MCs who have a Grammy. So I was waiting on Nicki's name. You mean to tell me Nicki don't have no Grammy? So
Oh,
she don't got none, none,
not even on a feature?
none.
Really?
And the way they try to play Nicki, and that's why I understand what's going on. You get what I'm saying?
So do you think
So
it's because well, do you think it's because she relies heavily on her Caribbean background? Even though Cardi B kind of has a Caribbean background as well, but she's more centered towards America more than Nicki. I don't know. You think
well,
it's that?
it's that, and they like I had have the interview with Charlemagne and them where Charlemagne said Nicki is cocky and stuff like that. But if Jason behaved the same as Nicki, nobody would say he's cocky. But
Not a
because it's a
word.
woman, you cannot say what you want to say, and you just need to. No, that's not how it goes. And
Mhm.
I feel like because I feel like Cardi, they really let Cardi through the gates because they hated Nicki Minaj. They started a
Mhm.
hatring against Nicki Minaj, and Charlemagne supported Cardi. A lot of people through the media supported her because they wanted to teach Nicki a lesson. And it's unfortunate that in the beginning Nikki stepped into it because in the beginning it was rumored that she was dating Quavo, one of the Migos guys, right?
Mhm.
And the one and Quavo went in her head and convinced her to do a song with Cardi B,
Mhm.
which where everything went messed up because now Cardi can walk around and say she has a future with Nicki Minaj and still be disrespectful. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from there, it, I don't really care about celebrities, but when it comes to Nicki Minaj, I really hated how they trying to play her.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? And I also see it with different stuff. When I see Nicki, now I see Spice also coming in the American scene, right?
Yeah.
And it will be a matter of a couple of times where they're gonna try to I don't know if they're gonna try to boycott her, but gonna try to blackball her because the American scene already feels like she infiltrating and
Yeah.
she is too obnoxious because
I
mind you.
I I wonder if it's because I definitely think there is people in America prefer their artists versus outside artists,
Of course.
whether it's from Africa or the Caribbean. But I also wonder if it's because Nicki Minaj is a little more, or sorry, Cardi B is a little more relatable. She interacts with her audience, her fans, much more than Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, to me, over the years, has seemed more standoffish and like, I am the celebrity, you are the fan, we're gonna stay here. Whereas Cardi B seems to be more, she's more willing to interact and go back and forth with her audience. I
But
think that might have a little bit to
that's
do with
how
it.
it's supposed to have been though. The moment Cardi was trying to disrespect Nicki Minaj was the moment where she should have been quiet.
Yeah.
So it seemed like Cardi was beefing with herself. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
In that moment, Nicki Minaj became fenceable and touchable. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because JC, even Rihanna don't seem touchable. even if she moved to people with her makeup and she have to be at altar and they all wear their makeup, she still seems like she's untouchable because she's
Mhm.
still gonna have the fan artist feel. But because Nicki had put herself, and I'm a Nicki fan, but I'm a critical Nicki fan. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And I felt like she should have never went into that, having an argument with Cardi. Like, I feel like Cardi shouldn't even be on your level because every time people gonna discuss something, they're gonna act like Cardi's on your level.
Mhm.
Cardi is not on Nicki's level.
And it's not even a level thing. Even if you have a disagreement, you have your publicist and you have your managers. You meet up privately and discuss it privately. You don't discuss this in the public with us. We should never
The way
know
the way
about
the way
this.
they was going back and forth that day. Like, if I was on Nicki's team, I would have been like, man, let Cardi just go back forth with herself. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because
Yeah.
Cardi is, how you push it, how you pull it, how you whatever. Cardi is a stripper. She came from the strip club. I'm
I
sorry, and
mean,
that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing because even them need to have somebody to relate to. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying? And Cardi
Mhm.
herself said she don't relate to somebody like Michelle Obama. So she is her own woman because she know if she is in a public eye, she gonna have people who relate to her. So
Mhm.
everything she worked hard for, she deserves. She deserves to
Mhm.
be there. You get what I'm saying? She still
Right.
deserves to be related to. I cannot take that from her. I won't take that from her. But
Mhm.
she is not on Nicki's level. It is what it is. She isn't because Nicki has been carrying a couple of generations. Yours,
Yeah.
mine, my
I
little
mean, just the
nieces. So there is more work that needs to. I'm talking about the work that has been
oh yeah,
put
like her
in
catalog, her years.
her
Yeah.
years and the catalog
Mhm.
and the style and everything. And you know what I hate the most? It's when every rapper, every female rapper doing everything Nicki Minaj has been done. And if
Mhm.
Nicki Minaj don't even pay them attention or pay them no mind, they're gonna say Nicki a hater and they're not really copying her, they copying Lil Kim. Like, come on, man. Y'all lying. Y'all copying Nicki Minaj. And of
Well,
course
I
Nicki
mean, yeah, I
Minaj,
mean, but you have to remember, Nicki. I mean, Lil Kim and Foxy came out before, so I mean, they all kind of took a
that's
little bit
that's
from the
true.
generations
That's
before.
true. That's true. But Lil Kim was a little bit rough around the edges. When Nicki came, when
Nicki
Nicki
was a
came,
little rough. Nicki was rough.
she took it and she make it girly. And that's what all
Yeah.
these girls aspire to be. The still the literally the hard Barbie girl thing. Every one of them. Lado, Cardi, every one of them.
Mhm.
So when there's like a discussion, they always gonna go and make a video with Lil Kim because they know Lil Kim don't like Nicki and stuff like that. I'm like, man, y'all was steady because y'all just mad that Nicki don't pay y'all no money. Now y'all wanna act like y'all collaborating amongst each other and Nicki is the hater. She just don't wanna chill with y'all. She just
Yeah.
don't want to, and she don't
Yeah, and
have
she's
to.
allowed. She's
She
allowed to
don't
not want
have
to
to.
deal with it. Yeah.
So yeah,
She's definitely earned her chops to not have to deal with anyone. It's like telling Jay-Z he has to deal with, I don't know, who are one of these little
yeah,
funky
she don't
little
have
boys
to.
that are out these days.
And
I don't know.
And the amazing thing what Nikki did was the Remy Ma thing. When Remy Ma was trying to come for her, she had wrote a whole diss track called Cheater or something like that. And
Mm-mm.
Nikki ignored it totally, right? So that's the
She didn't
same
like
thing
that.
I said. That's the same thing I would advise her. I would have advised her to do with Cardi. Like,
Hmm.
nah. But again, because I'm a very no, I'm not very objective when it comes to Nicki Minaj because I know it's a little bit, personal and stuff like that. But Cardi deserves everything she worked hard for. You get what I'm saying? She
Hmm.
she deserves everything she worked hard for. Yeah, when I compare them, I feel like Nicki had put in when it comes to credentials and things like that. I was very surprised that Nicki don't got no Grammys.
Yeah,
Um,
that I didn't expect to hear that
yeah, and
because I still listen to her. She's still like some of her songs are still on my playlist, her
oh
older
yes,
stuff.
oh
So
yes.
I was like, because yeah, because honestly, I still play. I have a couple of favorite Nicki songs. I don't really have any favorite Cardi B songs.
No, never when a song of Cardi dropped, I went to YouTube and I searched for it. To No, I'm lying. It's never been a song where I went to watch to say like, okay, that's a beautiful song and went back to
Hmm.
it. I only
Yeah.
went to watch once just to check
Hmm.
what it is about, especially if it's
Right.
a feature with Megan because I like Megan Thee Stallion. Like I think she's very very talented. Um,
Don't know much about Megan.
yeah, I think she's
I mean,
very
her body is
Megan
phenomenal.
is very 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 talented. So especially if it's a feature with Megan Thee Stallion, then I'll go to watch it. But just one time. You get what I'm saying? Of course, if you are on TikTok or on social media, then you hear the songs. You
Yes.
you keep hearing it, and then you hear like the music video is very beautiful. So because I'm a very creative person, then if I see the colors and stuff like that, I'll go to search for it. But with Mickey, I keep on like when I'm on my way to do something, then I keep on listening to it, and it's in my playlist.
Hmm.
But there's not a song of Nicki that I've said I have to listen to it over and
Mm-mm.
over again. So, but
No.
again, when it comes to her personality, she's also a Libra. So I get the crazy stuff. I get
Oh,
the crazy stuff she doing because I'm also a Libra. But um, yeah, her personality and the way she is, the way she interacts with her people, and she's a wild card. I think her personality is amazing, and she will cuss you out when it needs to be. So that's the things that I like about her.
hmm.
But the disrespect and what happened to the husbands also, which is also I really don't like. I really don't like what happened when it comes to
Can you give
Nikki.
a quick recap for people who don't know what happened with her
Yeah,
husband?
Nikki's husband felt like Offset was disrespectful or something. He
Hmm.
sent Nick he sent Cardi B's no Offset sent Nikki's husband a DM trying to intimidate him, and then he pulled up as Nikki's husband pulled up at his hotel, and I feel
Like
like
you want
that's
to
the
start
things.
something.
What?
If you're pulling up at a hotel, you're ready
Oh
to you're
yes,
ready to
he's but
you're ready to
he's Nikki's husband is he's with it. He's with all the shit.
he's a
But that's
hothead.
yeah. It would be attractive if they were younger. You get what I'm saying?
What?
But I feel
Attractive?
like not attractive. It would make more sense if they were younger. But for them,
They're too big and hard.
yeah, I feel like for them, I love you, Nikki. But for him also to have charges or whatever it is and still and have a kid because I feel like if you have a family and a kid
That has to stop.
you would pick your battles like even like if
Hmm.
somebody didn't show up at your house where your family is in danger and you have to
Hmm.
protect them. I don't feel like you should go to look for trouble. Otherwise, if he gets to get put away, then he cannot enjoy his family anymore and stuff like that. So uh I
That's
feel like
crazy.
Cordy and Offset know exactly how to annoy and intimidate people and play victim. That's what I really feel like. That's what I
Can
really feel.
we? That's when you're bringing up that pulling up to people. Like, how are we as not we personally, but how are people as adults still, you're over 30, 25, 30 years old, still pulling up ready to fight, shoot people over words. Like
Ah,
you're willing to go to jail, prison, lose your freedom, or lose your wife, because I'm a wife, so I wouldn't put up with that shit. You're willing to lose the possibility you're willing to lose the possibility of ever being gainfully employed, because in the US, like if you have any kind of felony, good luck getting a good job. Like you're willing to fight adults over words. Like
you know the
that's insane to
situation.
me.
You know the situation I had a couple of months ago with the artist, right?
Oh yes. Hmm.
If she would have left close, and I wouldn't pull up to beat her or something or shoot her or something, but I would have pulled up to show her like I can fight you. Sometimes you gotta let people know, like I feel like sometimes you gotta let people, but not
I can't. I'm
not
sorry. I can't ever agree with that. I can't.
not
Like
me. I don't feel like
unless we
I
are.
feel like women are more reasonable. I don't feel like men should pull up because I know when men pull up that it's somebody about to be gone.
But
But
I find this younger generation of young women are ready to fight and pull guns and knives just as much. These young women are vicious these days. They are ready
oh
to
no, I wouldn't
physically
pull up.
fight.
Maybe if I pull up, I might have got shot or something. But I would have pulled up and show you like, hey,
It's not worth it. It's really not. Like come on, you're risking your freedom for even if they did you wrong, let it don't don't please. Please.
talking about doing people wrong. Do you really think karma exists?
Ooh. Honestly, the way I want to believe it does, but I've I haven't seen it in play often enough to believe that it does. Like, because when people are just doing you wrong, and you're like, just let it go, the universe will fix it. But I don't know. The older I get, the less I believe in it,
Me
because
too. Me
there's
too.
people who are just doing
I feel
they're
like
doing
if
people.
yeah, I feel like if you let people off the hook and stuff like that, I feel like they keep playing in your face. I feel like
Hmm.
karma taking their time at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't wait
karma
for
taking
50
the time.
years.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes you need to dish it yourself.
And
And
the
that's
thing
that
about it
that
is sometimes it even looks like you got done wrong and karma catching you.
you.
And the
Yes.
person even living their best life. I'm like, dang,
Mhm.
like what my parents did or what did I did in my past life to deserve people keep enjoying life. I be struggling and I was did
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Like I'm sitting there doing everything the right way, and it's like and my life is like this, and they're fine. And it's like what is going on here? I don't know. That's why, again, like I think, like we had discussed earlier, it's like I wonder, I was like, is there, like you said, is it a past life thing, or is our generational curses being employed? Like because I it doesn't make sense to me. What how am I getting the backlash for doing the right thing?
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like karma be skipping a couple of people. They getting off the hook. And
Mm-hmm.
they keep on doing the wrong things. And they still
Yeah.
get away with it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you try and be the better person, the bigger person. um yeah, and it doesn't work, and because if you retaliate, karma's gonna get you
oh
right away if you
yes. And
retaliate.
it be
So,
very when it comes to us it be very fast.
mhm,
Very fast.
yeah,
I heard Jeannie Mai is fighting for her marriage.
that's Jeannie Mai, I mean, I get it because especially because there's a baby involved, and this is her second marriage, and we know that the success rate for second marriages are way lower than with first marriages. So I get why she's fighting. She has more than a couple reasons
It's
to
her
fight.
second marriage though.
Yeah. So it's like I don't understand because yeah, his first, his her second. So she has a reason to fight. She doesn't want to be a divorce the second time. She has a baby now. However, or maybe it's my ego speaking, but I just if he does if you say you don't want me, you've gone as far enough as to get it to file divorce papers. You don't want me. I'm not begging. I'm not begging you to want me. You've shown that you don't want me. As heartbroken as I would be, as devastated that my child is now going to be in a broken home. Bye. I'm done.
If he would come back begging, would you take him? Even if he failed?
We would have to go to intense marriage counseling um before you can come back. You're not just begging me and moving back in. We would have to start intensive marriage counseling, and only because we have a child. If it was just me, but because we have a child, I would feel obligated to try.
Fair enough, fair enough. So we got the same ego, eh?
Hmm. Oh yeah, it's definitely ego. I admit it. Like because I don't go where I'm not wanted.
Yeah.
I don't beg people for relationships. I don't beg people for friendships. I don't beg people. Mm-mm.
I think Jeannie will fight to the very end to the point where it will look like an obsession.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think I think
I think she would be so annoying where she would make that man life a miserable hell when it comes to seeing the child support, parenting. I think she that type.
yeah,
I
time will
think she
tell.
that type.
But I wonder. I hope that if they do try and reconcile, I hope that they keep it private. Do not put it on your YouTube channel. Don't talk about it on your show. Keep it private.
I don't think they will reconcile.
You don't think so?
Nah.
You think he's done? You think
um men most men never file.
that's true? Yeah, women file the most,
Most men never file.
so
Like the
he's
only
serious.
reason a man files, Tamar said it also. The only reason a man files if he got another person, because men hop from woman to woman, or
Mm.
when the woman have cheated or did something very disrespectful. That's the only reason a man file.
Yeah, I was hearing something about her. Their rumors are swirling about her and Mario Lopez, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna throw away. I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
he's been with his wife and they have 3 kids. I don't think he's gonna risk his family for that.
And if because I think because Gene is also a little bit dominant, and
Hmm.
I think Yeezy wanna teach her a lesson. But the thing about it is a black woman would call his bluff and let him go. What
Yeah.
Genie gonna do is beg him, right?
Hmm.
And one thing about it, if you beg a man, you will beg him your whole life.
That's
Because
the thing.
he would
Yeah.
find all the time he would find something that is wrong.
Hmm.
So you became like a drug addict.
Yeah, because if she lets him, if she begs for him back, he's always gonna have the upper hand.
Because a man is very scared to get divorced, and that's why women always hold divorce out up to up over men's heads if they
Hmm.
want something to get accomplished. You get what I'm saying?
Which is crazy. I think
I
that's
want
so
you to come home
disrespectful.
early. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. But if a man already, and mind you, because this is a very power move from GC, because mind you, GC is a drugs dealer, so he knows everything about the street and about power. So he knows that the more he pulls away, the more Jeannie will be attached to him. So now, when he wanna walk Jeannie like a dog, and Jeannie begs to go back, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna. I see a power move when I recognize it. That's a power move,
Yeah. Yeah, I
and
just
that's the
I just
scary. And that's the scary thing about giving somebody a heart, because if you move with people who rather have power than love, you are doomed to fall. You're doomed to
mhm.
get hurt.
Yep.
And he made sure that he married her. He made sure that he made a kid with her. So at
Mm.
this point, she a drug addict, because he is the drug and she the addict. So every time she need a dose, she gonna beg for him back. Every time he come to see his child, her life is like, I don't know if it's karma because of her ex-husband, because if I see their interaction, it felt like her ex-husband really really loved her and wanted a kid with her. You get what I'm saying? So I think that, what you want to
I don't
say?
know. The ex for me that relationship with the ex-husband was weird. I cuz to me he seemed like one of those men who um never really dated somebody outside of his ethnicity, and it almost feels like it was a little fetishized. I don't
Mm.
know. There's just something with him I didn't like their and I definitely think that she was with him because of a status, thinking that it would build her status. There's just I don't know. I don't know them, but I
Mm.
never their relationship seemed weird to me. Not that they didn't love each other, but I think they were definitely in it for more than just love.
One thing I'm gonna keep saying. One thing I'm gonna keep saying, and that's why I'm not happy I'm single, but I don't mind it at all, because there is a lot. I'm gonna keep saying this. There's a lot of people sleeping next to somebody they don't like.
Hmm. I was at work and we were having this discussion because there's people at my I work with a lot of Indian people, and one of the girls is getting married, and we were just talking about whatever, she's arranged marriage, whatever. So the we were talking about and all of a sudden one of the girls ladies she goes, marriages don't stay together because of love. And I was like, what?
No.
And she's like, no, she's like, marriages stay together because I make the commitment to be here. She's like, because sometimes I look at my husband and I hate this man. I can't stand him. I hate him. She's like, love is not keeping us together. I was kind of surprised. And all the married women were like agreeing, yeah, it's not love. It's like my commitment. Not commitment. They said, we make the choice. It's a choice to stay, not love. I was like, damn, I can't have both?
And mind you, some of us are even married out, or our parents search the husband for us.
Mhm.
One. Secondly, some of the women even lost hope, so they married somebody who was nice to them.
Mhm.
Meaning, it's not even they type, and the men mostly, so most of the time men know if you they type, if they your type or not. So
Mhm.
that's that. They even gonna retaliate when you at your most vulnerable. Like when you pregnant or something, they gonna cheat on you. It's the same Safari situation.
Mhm.
Nicki Minaj broke Safari so much to the point where I don't think Safari can ever love somebody the way he loved Nicki Minaj. You get what I'm saying? Because a
Mhm.
man, and this is sad to know, and this is sad for people who really, really, really believe in love. Men
Mhm.
only love one time.
Really? You think so?
One time.
One love.
One time. With their whole heart. And the rest of it is just, the pieces that are left, and and because they don't want to die alone. Because most of the time, and I got this information from a man. Most of the
Mhm.
time, right? Men gonna be alone, or they gonna run around town alone, and or be with somebody as a placeholder. And when they get old and they don't have nobody, then they're gonna say, okay, I have to settle down right now because I want somebody to take care of me.
I've
Like,
seen that.
no,
Yes,
yeah,
I've seen that scenario, yeah.
yep.
But yeah, I've never heard of they only wow.
A
And
man
so
told me
if
that.
so if they get their heart broken, then you get that messed up, miserable person that's left behind
Or when you're the first person and he left you, you weren't the person he loved. So then he went to somebody. Then he
to
went to
find
somebody.
somebody he loved.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, child. That's a
Yep.
that's a
Because the man was explaining that if a man really, really loves you to death, he would
mhm.
do anything. And it doesn't matter how bad his ego is. He would do anything to keep
That's
you.
true. Yeah,
Anything.
I've seen that. I've seen some men and they are so in love and enchanted with their wives. It's like, whew, but I don't see it often.
And
I
if
do not see
and
it often.
even if they're not perfect, they would make sure that you feel comfortable. They would make
Mhm.
sure that every time there is a question, they would clear it up. That's a man
Yep.
who really that's a man that thinks that you his dream girl,
Yeah.
his dream wife. Yeah. But if you see somebody don't really care, they just and they just chilling with you because you're there.
That
Yeah.
see, that's kind of a nightmarish situation. I couldn't if I learned that it's like, ooh, I don't know if I could stay knowing that I am not your choice. I am if you could have someone back from your past or if you haven't found that person and if you would find them you would leave me because I'm not it. Mm.
You know how many married people are just second best?
Oh, most of them, I think,
Most of them.
which is
Because
sad.
your husband or your wife didn't found they couldn't be with the person they really wanna be with.
Mhm.
That's why you got married.
Yeah, and that's why I'm still single because I'm not settling. I mean, that's the part of settling. People think settling is just about finding somebody who has a good job or has the right finances or who physically looks a certain way and it's like no, the not settling is making sure that you are each other's person. I don't want to be anybody's fill in or second best. Like that's to me worse than and to being with somebody who's broke or who's, you know, 350 pounds. Like that's worse. Being settling to settle me and my fabulousness. You're
Yeah.
settling? Oh no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a scary situation, man. Especially at our age,
Mm-hmm.
we are very cautious. Like there would be no bullshit that passed me.
Nope. Yeah, as soon
No.
as I spot it, like you're done. Like I'm not wasting like oh when you were younger you would maybe give them well give it a year or two and mm-mm.
Oh
As soon
yeah.
as I spot it, bye.
Oh yeah. I got a call today. I had told you the one guy who the ambassador guy.
Mhm,
He was calling me a couple of days ago. I told you I wasn't picking the phone.
mhm.
And let me tell you how manipulative men are.
Oh no.
So today I had called his office because I want to send my mom a box, package
Mhm,
for my niece and for her. Like I had bought them a couple of nice things, and I sent it through his company. So I
mhm.
called the company phone number, and he picked the phone and he recognized my voice. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" and stuff like that. So he telling me, yeah, I was calling you. My dad died. But I called
Mm.
you, but I couldn't reach you. I'm like, damn, and that immediately make me feel fucked up. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, because I used to like if he was calling his dad, I would be there, and then sometimes I would talk to the dad and stuff like
Mhm.
And I said, man, so I'm so sorry to hear that. My condolences and stuff like that. So we were talking about when his driver should come and pick up the box and stuff like that. And then before I hung up the phone, he said, "Yeah, but that's why I was calling you. My dad died, and I wanted to call. That's what I wanted to tell you." I said, "What did you say?" "Yeah, I wanted to call you because my dad is passed away, blah blah." Then I'm like, this is so fun. I felt sad, and that's why I unblocked him. But it
Mhm.
worked what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you are using, and that's why I found some men very scary because you
Mm.
use the death of your father to manipulate me. You get
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So let's say I would be in a relationship with such a person, and let's say he was mourning his death, I would gone through it with a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
manipulation, like everything we would have wanted to discuss or wanted to do. And I feel bad saying it, but I'm real. I'm calling shit how it is. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, why would you want to hang up the phone because I heard you the first time?
Mhm.
I heard you the first time. But why did you wanted to make it a point that I blocked your ass and you trying to call me and I didn't pick it and you keep putting emphasis that your dad passed away. You manipulated.
Yeah.
You manipulated. And that's why I found so scary with people nowadays. They do everything to try to mind control you.
Of
And I'm the type,
course.
I'm a very empathetic person, and I immediately find myself unblocking him. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But everything, if he stress me out again, I will block his ass soon
Yeah.
enough. But certain things, certain things, I'm like, oh yes, see, this is why you single, this is why you single, cause no.
Oh no.
I just immediately, like in my past, I would be naive and say shit. Like,
Mhm.
I would be riled up. I would say, hey, I'm coming to you now. I want to make sure you good and stuff like that. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm like, why you keep repeating it? You want to make me feel more fucked up. You get
Of
what I'm saying? Because
course.
I already felt fucked up that I wasn't there for you because I know you're dead.
Mhm.
But why you want to repeat it? Because I already hurt you. I hurt you. So,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can grieve and manipulate at the same time. It's a perfect
yep,
excuse to get what you want when
yep.
people pass away or you're going through a divorce or
When you lost your job,
any life-changing situation.
yep.
People will definitely manipulate it while they can.
And sometimes it's so scary to me because I recognize it and I can just block it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it scares me because I don't feel it, and it doesn't do with me what it used to do. You get what
Mhm.
I'm saying? I
Yeah.
immediately clock it, and I'm like, "What you trying to do?" I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, "What you trying to do?" Like,
Mhm. And that's good
what you
though.
really? I've been to the school of hard knocks. I know
Mhm.
what this is. You get
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it scares me that when it comes to relationship and dating, I'm content. Like immediately when I see some shaky thing happening, there's like a certain ease that comes into me where I don't panic anymore. Like also with the
Right.
manipulation stuff, I was dating him, and I wasn't I wasn't falling in love fast as he falls in love. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
he was the nice guy continuously, and when he saw that I'm just taking my time, because one thing you're not gonna do, like in my past relationship, I was rushed into it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I know what it is. I'm a little bit grown, and I know like you cannot rush me, like you cannot rush my feelings.
Mhm.
And he was trying to do that, and I'm like, I'm chill. You get what I'm saying? I'm chill. I'm just enjoying the moment. Like things gonna. I don't rush God's process. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So one time he just got some damn stink,
Mhm.
And he was like, yes, fuck you. You think you're this, that. I was like, you know what? I know you was like this.
Mhm.
I know you was like this. And when you was, cause I feel like when you yelling and do all that, you emotional. And most of the time women are emotional like that. So for you to yell and do all that, and for me to be still calm, I'm like, when I'm with somebody, I need when shit going around in the house and there is panic, I don't need you to panic like that. I need you to be even kill. So for him to yell all that, yes, fuck you, blah blah. I said, no, you doing the most. Then he gonna go and ask a girl, a random girl. I don't know if it's his cousin or a friend or whatever. Gonna ask her like, gonna talk to her about us. I'm
Oh.
like, nah,
Mm-mm.
you too
Mm-mm.
emo. Like, first of all, don't bring my problems to outside people. Now you're really canceled. He
Yep.
telling me, he will never do it again, blah blah, and he keep on want to talk
Wait,
to me
he
for.
had the girl call you and tell you that?
No. He went and asked the girl like,
Oh.
would you ever do this and do that? So basically, what I did to him, he was asking the girl, "Would you ever do?" Then he making screenshot and sending it to me. What the girl answered. I said, "Listen, since you have a girl who you can ask what she would do, wouldn't do," I said, "Why don't you go date her?"
Mhm.
I
Or
said, "Go
love.
date her." That, like, I'm like, delete my number, like, and that's what make that's what really makes me feel scared, because I feel like I'm not faced by anything a man does.
Mhm.
Anything. I'm not faced at all. Like, when you want something from me, just communicate. If I can give it to you, I will give it to you. If I cannot give it to you, I will tell you immediately no. Like, if you wanna romance me, don't tell me upfront. Just do what you do and just surprise me. The shirt, like, I'm very black and white. Like, I'm very black and white. Don't try to put salt to make it more spicier. Just do what
Mhm.
you're supposed to do. Don't come with manipulative stuff. Don't try to. If you wanna give me money, but don't try to use money to manipulate. You get what I'm saying? Don't try to use money to manipulate, because that will never happen. Because I make my own money.
Mhm.
So if you're telling me, let's say you're telling me you're gonna give me 500 or 500 euros, or you're gonna buy me a glasses, and then you're gonna call me or something and tell me, oh, can you come pick it up, or something that that will make the process more lengthy. No, keep your money. I make my own. I make my
Send me a
own.
send if
Like,
you want me to have it. Send me an e-transfer.
yeah, your money is not good here when it's too much. When you want me to do too much stuff, your money is not good here,
That
bro.
constant of manipulation of
No,
making you come to
it
him
doesn't
all
work.
the time. You
It
always
doesn't
always
work.
have to come to me. It's that ego thing of theirs. You
And men
want this,
also
you
have
want that,
things.
come to me.
And I feel like if a man, in some way, a man still want a woman to be naive and stuff, you know, be youthful and naive and stuff, but I can't. I can't
That time of life is past. Why do you I mean, we of course we know why they want them youthful and naive so they can mold them,
manipulate.
manipulate them and have them do what they want. Yeah, like I get I'm with you. I'm at peace where I am and I'm okay with waiting. I've waited this long because I'm 100 years old. I've waited this long and I'm okay to keep waiting and until whatever happens. I just literally have to keep working on myself and um I often have questions with God. I'm like, "Did you forget about me? What happened? What did you forget about your child?" Because
Yeah, no, I don't.
yeah.
I ha, I don't even try to pray and ask God for somebody, child. Like, all my
Mhm.
prayers are just to get more money and get in a house and stuff. I don't be praying for no man, child.
Yeah, and just yeah, I just yeah.
Because all the stuff that I be witnessing and stuff like that, it's, and even the good men, because they also human. You get what I'm saying? So they
Mhm.
also make mistakes,
Oh
and
yeah.
some mistakes are greater than others.
Mhm.
Some mistake you cannot even deal with, but sometimes you feel stuck and you think you can work with it. And
Yeah.
this will be really be a forever topic because there's a lot of women
Mhm.
struggling only because like you like now there's like not a movement, but there are girls that really go to places. They learn that they have to go to a hotel between or a restaurant between 2 and 4 o'clock p.m. And that's
Mhm.
where most of the businessmen, be doing their work and stuff like that. So
People
they just
actually
wearing nice, yeah, they just
people
wearing
time
nice
it.
clothes. Well,
People time when the single men are going to be available and make themselves.
yeah,
People do that.
you gotta make yourself seen.
But I'm
And then
working. But
a
I'm
lot of,
working. So what do people who are working during that time do?
I don't know, but
Because I'm
they
not
dress
taking
up.
time off work to go and sit and hope that a single businessman notices me.
They dress up and they go, and some of them now are married and stuff like that. But I feel like when you really want to date intentional, then you have to do certain stuff. But for me, I don't like to do all of that because I know like when you finally found somebody, then in the beginning you did all that, and now you still have to do all that to keep, ah
To me, it's like women who can go and purposely get dolled up because you're having to get ready for a couple hours before. What were the times between 2 and what o'clock?
or
2 and 4 o'clock. So you don't have a
mhm.
job or you work a night job. So, but regular people who have day jobs, God's gonna have to work a different way because that's not happening.
And
That's ridiculous.
some of them, because you really have to be they teach each other a certain way that you really have to be fake. So there's a lot of women who said she went on a date, it worked, she got multiple people, like multiple men who wanted her and stuff, but throughout the whole experience she was fake, and now she don't know how to resume.
Yeah.
So
To do all that, you are pushing aside everything, and most likely you're pushing aside your beliefs
it
to
couldn't
try
be
to try
me.
and to try and be seen by a man in hopes that he picks you.
It couldn't be me, child.
What kind of way of living is that? So you have nothing going on for yourself, because there are other ways to if you are a working woman, especially if you're in the corporate world. Like, remember you sent me that video with that woman. She works as a consultant, and she was going to these expos with all these business leaders and stuff, and she was encouraging her friends, even if you're not in the industry, come to these expos with, like, that's another way to possibly be around people, men of a certain caliber. But even that's, I mean, you're pulling yourself out of work to go for a weekend or something. I don't know. To me, that's all manipulation tactics.
Very,
Um,
very manipulative.
I just, I don't know.
I
Huh.
really think I really think in college we should have found somebody and mind our business, yo, baby.
I don't know if I could have seen myself married that young, married at
Not
21,
maybe not
22.
marriage, but relationship.
Mm, no, for me, it wouldn't have worked. I was not in a good headspace at that age at all.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have worked. I would have, yeah, I would have been divorced.
that's scary. And then you do all that bending your back and cracking your back, and now you end up like Jeannie.
Bending your
Couldn't
back and cracking your back.
couldn't be me, child. Couldn't be me.
Maybe just get into therapy for herself. Let him get his divorce because, like, it could be a power play on his move. Most likely is a power play.
It is.
Um, and just sign the divorce papers and go into therapy for yourself and take care of your child. Let him see his child. Don't let other people get in your ear, and move on with life. And maybe you've tried marriage twice. Maybe just don't get married again. You can be in a relationship with
The
someone, but
way, listen, the way
just let
you
marriage
see,
go
the way you see gonna drag Jeannie
through the
through it
fire,
all.
through the pits
We're
of
gonna
hell.
be here and we're gonna witness how Jeannie gonna get dog walk. And it's not even funny. Like
No.
that power move Yeezy pulled because he just wanna teach her a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of disrespectful thing she did. Maybe she raised her voice, or maybe because there was like one time she had told people that she has a hot temper, and Yeezy tell asking her like, "Who you talking to?" You get what I'm saying? Like, calm down. I don't know who you talking to.
But see, I don't see that. I don't understand men like that. You knew who she was. She never portrayed
Right,
herself to be somebody else. You knew she had a hot temper. You knew that she was a more dominant person. You knew exactly what you were getting into.
right.
So to not like a woman who's dominant, to not like a woman who speaks her mind, who has a hot temper, what did you expect? She's not gonna like you. I can't even give him that to say that she changed after marriage and she was
I'm
some
telling you
sweet,
this. I'm
docile
telling
person.
you this. I'm telling you this. Even if they go through a divorce, right?
Hmm.
I think Yeezy will dangle the divorce in front of her, and every time she gonna agree and give up, he gonna
Hmm.
give her hope. So it's gonna be like a drugs, like how you do it with drug addicts, right?
Hmm.
Like they keep gonna go and make money to come back to you, go and make money and come back to you to get the drugs. It's gonna be
Hmm.
you. It's so sad because I already know how these things play out. Like every time my friends call me for dating advice and what they should do, I literally tell them what's gonna happen. And next time they're gonna call me, oh, see, you were right. This, yeah. I went to school. Listen, I went to school for 9 years. I know exactly how these things work.
Hmm.
No. I feel sad for Jeannie because Jeannie always was friendly, friendly,
Yeah.
bubbly. Like I feel like Jeannie will lose her whole spark.
I
Like
hope
that.
she doesn't let it. At least permanently. I hope that's why she needs some therapy so she
Jeannie
doesn't let it
Jeannie
destroy
need
her.
Jeannie needs to let go and let God.
Hmm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like Jeannie really need a black friend. Didn't need to call Tamar and say, hey Tay, what's the best thing I should do? And it's just to call his bluff. Like just split the assets after marriage, just
Hmm.
handle the prenup and
Hmm.
just settle a good co-parent. Like, man, if a man filed the divorce on you without you knowing, because Gilly wasn't even aware he was trying to file for divorce.
Hmm. He was plotting. I don't know, and that's where
I,
that ego um can come into it. Um,
I would be so hurt, yo.
mhm.
Have your ego ever held you back, or may or spoiled something for an achievement for you?
Oh, absolutely. When it comes to the workplace, definitely. Knowing that you should leave, but you're like you want to continually prove that you are a loyal employee, that you are a hard worker, that you don't leave when times are tough, that you'll stick it out even though you know you should leave. So I think that definitely ego has kept me in work situations that I should have left a long time ago.
Is that ego or is that dumb loyalty? Because if you have a big
I
ego, you wouldn't stay.
I think a bit of both.
Because if you have a big ego, you wouldn't stay in a place where they pay you, if they pay you less, they like where they pay you less and where you know that you should have been living.
Well, it's not only about money,
Appreciation. I think
appreciation.
that's loyalty, though. Is it a word in English that called laconic? Is that the word?
Mm-mm. Not that I know of.
Meaning you just settling, you just accepting, knowing that it just keep you stagnant. It's not good for
Yeah,
your personal growth.
yeah. I can't think of the word though, or not even ego. Maybe I'm thinking. It's not ego. It's pride. For me, it was pride. But then at the same time, I don't know. I don't know.
Because my thing is when I had stopped with my job, my last job,
Mhm.
then I had talked with, because I wanted them to pay me what I was worth, what they had promised me, right?
Mhm.
So before I left, um they was trying not to give me what I own for what I deserve for 6 months. So they
Mhm.
paid me less for 6 months, right?
Mhm.
So they thought I would have left the company without earning my money, without they putting me in a much higher level.
Mhm.
So my ego couldn't, because I felt like you guys just give me a back kick when I need to,
Mhm.
when I'm leaving. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when I saw that my own manager, my direct manager,
Mhm.
uh didn't give me what I wanted, I just went to his manager.
Yeah.
Because that's how my ego set up. Because I was like, I'm leaving here with something. Y'all
Right.
not gonna y'all not gonna make me do the work and not pay me, right?
Mhm.
So I went to his manager and I told her like, hey, I went on an interview for another department which is in a higher level. So
Mhm.
y'all owe me $2,000 more a month.
Yeah.
And the way I talked to her, I saw that she didn't even want to call a bluff, because she was
Yeah.
scared that if she did, because I came with all the evidence that I
Right.
had went on an interview. I came with everything.
Mhm.
And without me explaining too much, she said, listen, we're gonna give you for all the 6 months, we're gonna give you the extra year for it.
Mhm. Yeah, they knew they were wrong.
So that's where I love that I have an ego. It harms me when it comes to certain things. If I feel like, sometimes I feel like I shouldn't even respond to certain stuff, but because
Mhm.
I feel disrespected, I go all the way in, and if I go all the way in, I hit below the belt.
Yeah.
And then I became not selective when who I'm hitting below the belt, because
Mhm.
you get caught in the crossfire, because no judgment at that moment is poor. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is deserved, but still,
Mhm.
you get caught in a crossfire, and I think I should work on that. So that's what I really struggle with every from when I was a little girl, Nadia. I
Mhm.
struggle with.
Yeah.
Like I even had it with my aunts and stuff. Like my mom used to, that was also more because my mom used to spoil me,
Mhm.
but also the way she used to dress me and stuff, like my confidence. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I always, and it really starts to annoy me, to be honest.
Mm. Oh.
That, yeah, because sometimes you just don't want to be obvious. Sometimes it's better not to be obvious, so people don't really see you, so they don't see you as a competition.
Mhm.
You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's really annoying. And this is a really a concern for me, like for real.
Mhm. Do you
Because
think that it could possibly, if they don't like your presence, you think that could affect, because we all have to do that probationary period. Do you think that that could affect your job, or do you think that could affect, even if they keep you, that could affect you rising within the company?
And that's my last job.
Hmm.
That's the reason.
Damn.
That's the reason. My job before that, that was also the reason. And with that job, I didn't pass my probation period. And you
See,
know what's funny?
this is why we need to be entrepreneurs, because
Right. But you know
this
what's
corporate
funny?
bullshit.
You know what's really funny? And that's why I like that acquaintance of mine. She has the same struggle. But
Hmm.
she not big as me. She like little small, but she, you know how when you small but you know your stuff, like you quit, like let's say
Hmm.
you having a conversation with that person and you acting like you all have it all under control, but that person already passed you 10 times. That's
Yep.
what she is. So
Hmm.
when a manager sees her, they immediately gonna feel intimidated because she's smart, she's quick.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And one
Hmm.
thing about her, you're not gonna disrespect her, or you're not gonna act like she don't know her stuff,
Right.
or you're not gonna act like you're gonna make her look stupid, because the moment you're trying to do that, she gonna make you look stupid.
Yep.
So that's why we acquaintance. We just get each other like every time. So one day she gonna call me. She say, "Hey, I don't work at the one place anymore because they tried me." So
Hmm.
like, okay, I'm not alone in this. You get what I'm saying? But when you really want a contract which is unlimited,
Hmm.
then you really have to incorporate. You cannot really be. You gotta don't play who you are, and that's a struggle for me.
It's a big struggle,
It's a struggle
and
for me.
it takes a lot of energy, and
Yes.
to sit there and you want to shine, put your best foot forward, but you can't be too much.
Right. And I don't know how to balance to prove myself and also not to be a know it all, or
Mm-hmm.
not to
Yeah.
appear as a boss, because I am.
Hmm.
I am a boss. Like when it comes to leadership, you know how I am. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When it
Yeah.
comes to leadership, I know. Like when it comes to speaking Dutch and stuff like that, I think it can be better, especially that I speak a lot of English right now. It just get mixed up.
Hmm.
But I am a natural leader. Like
Yeah.
when I was 16, I had my own clothing line company. So maybe I don't cannot put everything in perspective. I don't know how to, but I'm naturally. I did a couple of months ago. I did a leadership course from
Hmm.
2,500 euros,
Hmm.
and I went there and I read the course, and I was like, I know this. Like this
Yeah.
is me. I only have to put it in structure right now, and I know I only have a paper to show that I did a
Right.
leadership. But I know this stuff.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's forever my struggle.
And that's crazy how so many people, like, that's most of the world. You are having to hide how good you are in the workplace, so you can not only stay in the workplace but rise in the workplace, and that's just a lot of, oh, that's exhausting. I don't,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah. I
sad, but I
think
mean, there's only so many. There can be still only so many bosses in the world. Most people are going to be employees. That's just how it is.
yep, yep. I
But I
was
still want to be a
listening.
boss. I still want to be. I still want to be a
Yes,
boss, even though
yes.
it's.
I am already. Like I
Hmm.
can't. I can't. I can't undo it. And I just want my coach to understand. You get what I'm saying? Like my new
Hmm.
coach, like there's no intimidate, especially if you're at the company for a long time already. Like why you intimidated?
Hmm.
You get? So I don't know. I feel like people always intimidated when it comes to us. So
Hmm. Absolutely. Did you see? I think I sent it to you. They were talking about women, black women, and how um, you know how these women are always often they want to be all up in your business. You'll sit there and and they try to want to befriend you, but you because a lot of people, me included, we want to keep work and in your home life separate,
Mm-hmm.
but they always kind of want to pull it in there. And like you'll meet people and the first 1 or 2 days they're telling you their whole life story, their parents story, their sibling story, their entire family's personal business. And then they stop and they look at you like, okay, your turn to share. And so basically this woman, and she had a video with sharing this woman's story, and other women kept chiming in like, and and myself included, they will actually, if you don't want to be friends with them, they will actually take it to HR and literally put on their tears that this person is not cooperative, this person's not nice. Like, for example, let me back up a bit. She, the employers, her fellow employee said, I feel like we haven't gotten off on the right foot. I don't like how things are. I want to fix our relationship. I want us to be friends. So let's go out for drinks and we can be friends. And the black woman was like, well, thank you for the invitation, but I don't like to mix work and my home life.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the fellow employee was so offended, she went to HR and complained. And so the manager came and said, this person was sitting in my office crying for 2 hours and saying that you were not friendly, not cooperative. Why aren't you going out with them? And she had to make the choice: am I going to sit in this situation, or am I going to leave? And she quit. She literally quit her job. And other women have come across that same situation. I've come across that. The person, I was fine with working with them to do my job, but I didn't want to share personal stories with them. I didn't want to go out with them. I didn't want them to have my telephone number. And they literally went to the manager and complained, saying that I was mean, that I was uncooperative, which is not true. That I was that may saying making up stories, saying that I was talking about them, saying that I was telling other employees all these stories about them. And of course, the manager took her side. And I was like, wow, because I don't want to be friends with you, you literally took it there. This was the previous job that I had before now, the job that literally gave me PTSD, literally. Like every time I would pass by that place for a good year after I left, I would literally start shaking and I couldn't breathe. That's how bad this job got. And I didn't know that this was a pattern, but apparently this is what these women do if you don't play how they want to play. And I just couldn't believe it. It's like, why can't people accept that you want to keep the two separate? And then, two, I think it's also a lot of them, they don't have any black people in their life. So they want you to be their token. So I can say, I have a black friend. See,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not racist. Look
Mm-hmm.
at I have a black friend. Mm.
Yeah, yesterday, yesterday or no, talking about it. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, I had to check a man
Mm.
on TikTok. I had posted like one of the first black woman politician in the Netherlands. She's from
Oh,
Suriname. Yeah, she's from
nice.
Suriname, and
Mm-hmm.
she was having a conversation with the white man because she is very 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 much against Black Pete, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
because she say
As
Black
she
Pete
should
is
be.
yeah, Black Pete is racist and stuff like that. Um, so the man walked up to her and having a conversation with her, like, why would she call everybody who support black people racist and stuff like that? So she kept explaining to him, like, I know you guys were having it like just a party for children and stuff like that, and you guys didn't know back then, right? Now that you
Mhm.
guys know that Black Pete is racist and you guys still have a problem with it, says a lot about yourself. And then
Mhm.
he kept on going like, yeah, but you call it's very offensive. You just calling everybody racist, blah blah. And so they kept on talking. So I shared that post and I said, she's very smart. She's one of the smartest people I know, right? Just to support
Mhm.
her and stuff like that. So one came man came in the comments talking about that lady is a racist. So
Because she's calling out the truth?
I was like and I'm listen. Let me tell you something. When I don't go into social media wars often, but when I go, you're gonna feel stupid.
Mhm.
So then I told him to look in the mirror, and then he was like, how you gonna call me racist? I didn't say anything. I just said, look in the mirror. He said, yeah,
Mhm.
how you gonna call me racist? And you know what he did? His TikTok was on private, but he switched he was the only person on his profile picture. But when he
Mhm.
knew he wanna gonna have the discussion, then he switched the profile picture to him and his wife. And guess who was his wife?
One of us.
A black woman. So this man used that lady as a shield to have this discussion with me. I was like, okay, you that type. Come, I'm waiting for your stupid ass. So he was like, yeah, you just you just you was too happy uh to have this discussion with me, but you didn't know I have a black wife. I said just it's just typical. I
That
said
doesn't
you
change anything.
I said now I truly believe that you are racist because this is so typical that you don't even have the decency to protect your wife. I said, you know that you're gonna have this discussion. So the first thing you did, because you know you're gonna have a discussion with the black women, the first thing you did is use your wife as a shield. I said, you're the most weakest person I know. I said, you're so typical. Child, I left TikTok, I went back, I refreshed, everything was gone. He deleted his comment. I was like, you weak ass nigga, cause me, I'm just gonna get you on your stuff.
Yeah.
He talking about I have two full black. I think he adopted two children from the lady, and he was like I have two full black children, and I have two mulatto children. I'm like, sir, not because you're sleeping with it doesn't mean that you are. I said you not caring about the protection of your family, and immediately did you ask that lady permission to use her profile to put her picture in her profile? I said there. Let me tell you something, and I really wanted to make him feel stupid. I said, let me tell you something. I'm a black woman. I said, your wife is a black woman. Me and your wife know something you don't know. I said, you're the stupidest man. Just wanted to feel like that lady is scamming him. Even if
Mhm.
she isn't. I said,
Yeah.
me and your wife know one thing you will never know.
Mhm.
I said, go ask her, but you're the stupidest man ever. I said, you think you have a black woman. I said,
Yeah.
you're the stupidest person I ever know. So let they go fight about it. Since you want to be with the oppressor, go fight with him.
That's like that kills me with them. It's like when people say that, "Oh, I have a black wife." It's like you do realize
most of them
you realize
most
slave
of them
owners
are with a
made.
most of them are with a black woman because they want to get through the gate. They are the biggest racist.
Yeah, but I mean like his slave owners had children, made children with their
Okay then.
enslaved people.
Okay
So I
then.
mean that doesn't mean
He
anything.
was like, yeah, you was too fast to respond, you not knowing that I have a black wife. I said, you
It
typical.
doesn't matter. I don't
You
care
the
what your
ty-
wife is.
I said you the type. And Nadia, when I'm cussing people in English, it's already harsh. Oh, Dutch is harsher. I will make you
Hmm.
feel so small, you. So
And that
small.
and that's sad that the wife didn't spot what kind of person he was before she married him.
She know exactly. I know. I think the where wife is from. She look like an African lady. So at the
Uh,
moment, I told him like I know exactly why your wife is with you. He know exactly that he being scammed. So he need to be chill out. You need to chill out.
I don't know if I want that kind of come up.
You
That's
need to be chilled out.
that's just
That's what it need to be. He was quick with the delay. Yo, the moment I told him, like, you're not even a protector, because the first thing you did was run to upload a picture because you wanted to have this discussion, and me and your wife know exactly what your type is, and she know exactly who you are. This man deleted that shit so fast. Yeah, he was scared. And if I wanted to be petty, I could have made a screenshot of him and then especially make a video from him. But I had to spare his stupid whack ass, weak ass.
that's funny.
I was just begging. I was just giving the lady her big up. He wanted to stick his raggedy ass long nose in my comments. Weak ass.
Yeah, people are so
They
disrespectful.
never mind their business. They never mind their business ever.
That's the thing. It's like nobody asks for your opinion. Like
Nobody.
you, like just stay out of black people's affairs.
Nobody asked him.
But they always have to stick their nose in everything that has to do with us. Nobody asked you, sir.
Yo, the way I was, I had time that day.
Hmm.
I came with vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Yeah, he realized what a fool he was
oh
being,
yes.
or maybe he thought he just clicked in that. Oh, maybe I am being played.
Oh, Nadia, let me tell you something about. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The way I will read somebody when they try me, you will feel stupid. One time, a
Mm-hmm.
guy told me, like a guy I grew up with, who I always be chilling with in Amsterdam. He like, Sven, when you when you say positive stuff, right? When you talk to people, you talk to their soul, like they really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, like, you don't really, like, you don't talk to people just cause, like, when you're motivating people, when you're telling them positive stuff, or when you like a motivational speaker, so it touches you. And when you talk to a man, it just makes him feel like he can achieve anything.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but
Not a
when you
but.
open your mouth to make somebody small, like, that shit can bring that can shit can push somebody into a depression.
Yeah, you cut people deep.
That's
Yeah, you do. Yeah, sometimes when I've witnessed some of you cussing out some people, and it's
I
like,
was
damn.
like, you ain't shit, you're not worth it, you will never. And it's not really what I say, it's how I be putting emphasis
No,
on
it's
shit.
both.
Like,
It's both. It's
yo,
how and what. It's how and what.
and
Yeah.
that's why I also have to take accountability when it comes to certain things with my ex and stuff like that. Because when I was mad, yo, when I was finished with this man would walk out the door with his head down. Because you're not gonna think you can disrespect and just chill around. Hell no. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I will cuss the dog shit out of you.
Well, I
Yup.
mean, if you're meeting disrespect with disrespect, if he didn't do anything disrespectful, that's one thing. But if he was disrespectful, well, you kind of get what you
Oh no,
get.
I never start shit. Ever.
Mhm.
I never.
Yeah.
Because when you know what you're capable of, you don't even go to look for trouble.
Hmm.
You don't even go to look for. Because with me, I never stop. Every time I see you is on site. When you really tried me. You get what I'm saying? So I know it's already exhausting for me if I'm gonna start stuffing people.
Hmm.
So I already let them start their shit, and then we're gonna bring it home. You know when the Bible says, and you have to bring it home? I bring it home.
Mm-mm. Ah, I
Yep.
can't do it. I can't. I
Yep, I
can't.
will
I have to
cuss
let
you
it go.
every time I see you. Cuss the dog shit out
Oh
of you.
no.
Oh
You don't
yes.
find that's draining?
Oh no, it just
It
cuckoo,
fuels you. It
cuckoo.
it fuels you up.
It
Oh my goodness.
relieves. It takes out the relief.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm done, I'm done.
No.
I'll just like if I see you, I just pretend that you don't exist. If I see you in the street.
Yeah, that's when I cussed you out multiple times. Yeah, that's when I done.
Mm-mm.
Then I do like I don't care. But I have to get it. Especially when let's say me and you having a conversation And the person
Mhm.
trying to come in the conversation like, hey Nadia, trying to act like you don't know what's happening. Like,
Mhm.
no. Oh, you're gonna get dog talk.
Yeah.
I have to mature in that department yet, but I'm still enjoying.
You're enjoying the rah rah. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, the men in my life hate it. Like even my blood brother hates it. Like I'll be roasting his ass sometimes too.
But roasting people is fun sometimes. Sometimes.
But I go in though. I go in. I go in. How do you react to rejection?
It doesn't bother me. I think rejection is protection. Even if I really want, uh, whether it's an object, a person, a job, it doesn't bother me. It wasn't for me. Either it wasn't for me, it was for someone else, or it was going to be in a situation that would put me in a bad place.
Yeah.
So I rejection does not bother me. What about you?
I be plotting, man.
Oh
And
no.
that's the yeah. When I can remember that when my ex when we broke up,
Hmm.
I was really plotting because he was asking me to get back together. And I said, if you want to get back together, we have to put every assets in both on our name. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But I knew that I would never be with him anymore because I could
Hmm.
never be with him anymore. But I was just telling him that just to fix that and
Hmm.
for me to leave after 2 or 3 months just for the asset to be split equally.
You're right.
And with my job, I was just pushing forward to get accepted just to we're gonna leave it at that alone. But
Hmm.
but yeah, I'll be plotting. But the thing with my ex, I went to thinking. I was like, for you put all that energy in and even to play nice with it man for 3 months.
Hmm.
I said all the things I lost, I can even build more without like all the stress I'm gonna get for to still be nice to him and stuff like that because I was over it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, for all the energy to plot and even if I worked hard for it, like it doesn't even it's not even worth it.
Hmm.
So I was like, take your L, just take it gracefully and just build
Right.
again. So my first instinct is always to plot, yeah. Yeah. If I
And
might be honest.
would you still follow that line of thinking, or would you change anything?
No,
Would
no,
you?
no. I have to. I have to change it.
Hmm.
I have to change it because I always change it. Like I never fall through though. I never fall through. I
Okay.
never go through with it. I
Hmm.
always, but I think about it because it always, like, always when I do something, I never go in it. Like with whether it's a work relationship, whether it's a lifetime relationship, just a regular love relationship. I
Hmm.
never go in it with bad intentions.
Right.
Ever, ever. So when it comes down to when somebody really hurt me or betrayed me,
Hmm.
I'm like, you don't even know what I can do. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And when I'm putting in my plan to do it, then I'm like, wow, this is kind of evil. So my own plan scares me. Then I
Right.
stop with it immediately because I'm scared of, I might block my blessings.
Hmm.
But I always feel like, damn, like you guys really think that y'all can play me like that. Then
Hmm.
I'm like, you
Oh
know
yeah.
what, God gonna take care of you. So I always
I
do my
hope
own
so.
thing. Yeah, I always do my own thing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching episode 6. Ooh.
Yes.
Just chugging along. And as always, if you don't forget to leave any comments, don't forget to hit that like button, um, and share the video if you have any. If you want to share it on your social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, any other social media, we would love any shares. And if you have any questions you would like us to answer and pertaining to self development, self care, career, dating, we you can we'll have an email in the description box. You can drop that there and we will answer your question in a future episode. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.